All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around. I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking this is the podcast where my wife beats me up for an hour. No, if that's what you're looking for, you need to press skip, because that's not what this is. No. This is actually something I enjoy doing. This is something that has some substance. So what I need you guys to do, please listen to me. I need you to put the cat out. Let the dog in, dim the lights, pull the drapes, grab your favorite adult beverage, and sit back in your favorite comfy easy chair. Why? Well, there's a couple reasons. Number one, cats don't seem to like these interviews so well. Dogs seem to love them. So you need to stick with that. That's one. And number two, you need to drink heavily, because I'm going to tell you stories, and it's important you believe them. A lot easier for you to believe my stories if you're inebriated. Now, where are we today? We are at the Astrolab studio in Reno, Nevada, which I can't tell you how privileged it is for us to be here. I love being here in these studios, doing them live and in person. Now, as you can see on your screen, it's a very serious interview going on. You got some very serious people here. Got to be. I can't even tell you the contingency of personnel outside this door that they came with. Imagine coming to America when James Earl Jones shows up in his big lion's head with his entourage, and there's flower petals all over the floor. That's what it's like. I'm telling you, do you guys know what a micronation is? Does anybody even know? Raise your hand. Well, not you, sir. I know you, sir. I know you know. I'm talking to the audience right now.
I thought it was a test.
It's a real nation. It's a real country. It's a micronation. It's a real thing. You can look it up. There's even a Wikipedia page. So you know it's real and you know it's serious. Molossia. I said it right?
Molossia.
Molossia. I said that.
Here we go. Molossia. You were so close, yes.
Do I address you as Your Excellency, Mr. President? Why don't you introduce yourselves and I'll follow along.
Perfect.
All right. Not to make it more confusing, I am His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Molossia.
Yeah, that just gives me a big title. So I'm going to, Mr. President, we'll refer you Mr. President. That'll go a long way.
That works.
And sitting to your right, my left is...
This is my lovely First Lady.
Hi, I'm the First Lady of the Republic of Molossia. You can call me Adrienne, or you can call me First Lady.
So it's you,
fine.
You are a real FLOTUS.
Yes, that's
First
right.
Lady.
Yes.
That's a real thing.
Yes.
Well, it's not United
Maybe
States.
a little different.
First
Yes,
Lady,
exactly.
First Lady of the Republic of Molossia.
Flotom.
She's my floton.
We'll take it.
You got your floton.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad you brought your floton with you. That's a good thing.
Pretty much always.
Okay, first, I don't know that everyone knows, and I certainly I get confused on this. What is a micronation? How does that even become a thing?
A micronation is a tiny self-declared country, actually always not recognized by the established nations of the world. And they can be any sort of type declaration of your own sovereignty, however you want to do it. For the most part, most micronations are like online, generally founded by, teenagers, which is kind of exactly how Molossia started way back in 1977. I was a teenager back then.
1977.
Yep, it's been a minute. Yep,
You got some history.
Yep, I'm a boomer. Yep.
No, you're a Gen X.
No,
boomer.
I'm
He's
boomer.
just on the right out the
Oh,
outside.
wait. 77 wasn't when you were born. Teenager.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what year were you born, Mr. President?
62.
Yeah, sorry about that, boomer.
Yes, boomer.
Oh, no, I like it.
He's a proud boomer.
I'm proud
It's
to be
okay.
a boomer.
I know, but
I'm a proud Gen Xer. Yes, I'm a
Right
Gen
here.
Xer.
thank you.
So
Okay, well,
we're going, okay. You know how it works.
well, she just gave you the look like, look over here.
Yeah, but you know what? I get to hand her the phone. How do I do this?
I think the reason
Play
we're
our
having
parts
such
well.
a good conversation this morning is she made sure you had all your medications this morning. That's what they do to boomers. They make sure everything's where it's supposed to be.
Gets me shuffling in the right direction.
That's
yeah.
right. We're okay.
Okay, so now if that's what a micronation is, how did you become one? Does that goes back a long 77?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Good Lord.
Absolutely.
That's a long way back. How did that start?
Well, my friend James and I, we watched this old movie called The Mouse That Roared. I think it's from like 1959 with Peter Sellers. And it's about a tiny country that invades the U.S. expecting to lose the war, because usually when you lose a war with the U.S., the U.S. goes in and fixes up your country and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and,
that's a good plan.
Yeah, it's a great plan. And that's exactly what they plan to do, except when they invade the U.S. with their knights in chain mail and everything from the from the Middle Ages. They actually end up winning the war because they captured this little tiny bomb, which is the most powerful bomb on Earth, the size of a football. And so now the country that planned on losing the war is now the most powerful country on Earth, much to their own chagrin.
And these two kids were like, wait, what?
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
an amazing idea.
That's a plan. You're like,
Yeah.
well, I don't expect that to happen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But as a kid, you might be thinking, look, either way, we win here.
Yes.
Absolutely. So we really were struck by the imagination and creativity of that idea,
Yeah.
which is kind of the driving force behind Molossia. And so, just sort of started our nation from there. Back then it was called the Grand Republic of Voldstein. James was the king. I was prime minister. But he moved on pretty rapidly, and I stayed with the idea. And once I got territory within northern Nevada, that became the home to our nation. I changed the name to Molossia, and we've been going strong there ever since.
I got to tell you, I have been to your country.
Yes.
I have stood there at the border. I have been checked in where the passports go. I got to tell you that there you have spent some time and money and energy and thought in how you put this together.
Absolutely. Well, we're building a nation.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, it's a tiny nation, and we're not necessarily fully economically, self-sufficient, but we're working on it every day. So every day we're building that nation up.
I like to bring
decades.
it back to what he said, 1977. So this is pre-internet. So
Yep.
they're just out here drawing things up, making
Sure.
plans, doing things they want to do. And then the internet comes around, and then he's online and finds out, wait a minute, other people are doing the same
Yes.
thing? There's other people are out there with the same thought process. Because with the internet now, people every day, I want to have my own country because I saw it online.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
these kids didn't see it anywhere else
Yeah.
besides on a movie, and that was their inspiration, right?
Yeah, I had to bust out Encyclopedia Britannica in the school library.
we were not supposed to
Yeah,
have a
to learn
king.
how countries
Sure,
work.
when
This
you
doesn't make any
set something
sense.
up like that,
Yeah.
the only people that know are you guys and whoever can see you
Yes.
from around your
That's
neighborhood.
it.
It's like
Yes.
Exactly right.
That's
Yeah,
the extent of it
exactly.
all.
Right,
Yep.
for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, so I thought that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
to have
absolutely.
an original idea, I guess.
I think that I think something that's equally as amazing is the tenacity to never give up.
Oh, no.
I'm sure there's times when it was like not the main thing. You focus on life and doing other
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Oh,
but
always.
you never
Yeah.
left it.
There's always other things going on.
Yeah, but
everything.
you-
especially during
you-
raising kids period of time. You know what I mean? But that's when you would
That-
get the kids involved.
That
because,
does take time,
it
doesn't
takes
it?
time.
It does.
That's
Yes.
amazing. They do. You're like, wait, I got to pay
They are
attention
big time
to
suck.
you too?
No, yeah.
Especially sports era.
Sports
but,
era.
Yeah, it's like, how long does this
We're gonna
raising
ban
you?
sports,
raising you
outdoor
last?
sports.
Oh, I got 18 years. I got to take it.
That's
All right.
Yeah. But then some of the kids just love it and they just jump on. Like our youngest daughter was 8 when we announced that she was going to be the chief constable, and she took that seriously for many years.
Yeah.
Grew up and joined the National Guard, and security's just been in her background
Yeah.
the whole time.
What's the best part about having an independent nation where you get to set up everything? What's the best part about that?
Just exploring what I can do with the idea of having my own country. Where can I take it? Pretty much every day I'm exploring that idea. Like just recently, we built a rocket ship to enhance our space program. So it's really, what can I do? Wherever my imagination goes, but but paired up with what countries actually do.
Well, that's funny you should say that. There's a lot going on the space front industries in other countries right
yes.
now.
Uh-huh.
So
Absolutely.
I really enjoy that you're keeping pace.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. I don't know if you heard about Elon. He's trying to go to the moon right now with some stuff. So I think it's exciting. You guys are not off topic.
Hey.
No,
Right on the cutting edge of what everyone's doing.
And we do try to stay with that. That we try to stay with whatever's going on in the world and do similar things. We're not, by the way, trying to go to the moon. We want to take over the International Space Station once it gets decommissioned and open up a Waffle House. We thought
a
that'd be
Buc-ee's.
pretty cool.
Yes.
And maybe
And
a
a
Motel
Buc-ee's.
6. We'll
That's
keep
a great
the light on for you.
idea.
Yeah.
happening. So-
Well, people
space
are
tourism.
Okay,
It's
so
the
see,
future.
how smart is that?
Right? They're going to need to stop
Motel
somewhere.
6, I heard you will keep the light on for you.
Yeah, that's
People are going to need to go from Earth to the space station to the moon. They're
You
going
have
to
to
need a
stop
place to
somewhere.
stop.
You got to pick up
Absolutely,
supplies.
absolutely.
Isn't that the way America was built, with roadside places all
Yeah,
along?
Route
That's it, right
66,
there.
Brian.
So we're right there keeping it topical.
I think that's great. And, again, I wish I'd have thought of that, but now I'm behind. Even if I want to, I'm already. It's like someone's going to come and say, "Hey, we should take that over," but then no, there's already some dude doing it. He's already got it figured out.
Already worked out.
Molossia, the guy, you don't know, he's already got a plan. No,
He's
Waffle
already got a
House is
plan.
signed on.
The Waffle House.
Well, here's the other thing: is that I read on your website of your nation. I was curious to how you, and I hate to say, how do you pay property taxes? Because that diminishes the nation itself. And you wrote something on there. You said, I don't pay property taxes. You render foreign aid to the United States.
Yes, we give foreign aid. We give foreign aid in that exact amount to the U.S. I mean, you've seen their roads; they need all the help they can get.
Yeah.
You know, and
all roads in Molossia are fantastic.
And we are
I
there
can
for
tell
them.
that
You know,
That's right.
always helping out. You know,
Well, it's so kind of you to look around and go, you know what? They have a need here.
We will
they
reach
do.
out.
They
We
do.
can give them
We're here
some
for
foreign
them.
aid once a year.
Yeah,
You
we're
know.
going to send them potatoes or something like you normally do for foreign aid, but no. I mean, you know, and it's a benefit to us because we have to travel on the roads too.
It is, yeah,
you know,
that's
we
true.
leave the country,
Somewhere.
so you know, it works out. Yeah.
I told your story. One of the things you told us when we were touring your nation. One of the things that was funny was you talked about the weather in Molossia, and so you said, you know, in your microdation, you said our weather's perfect here every day, but the United States has terrible weather sometimes, and sometimes it encroaches on our
Yeah,
country.
absolutely.
Yeah, their crappy
absolutely.
weather blows into
Yeah, our weather
Molossia.
is always perfect in Molossia. It's 70 degrees. It only rains at night when it's not inconvenient. But we're so close to the U.S. border, and their crappy weather blows in
Yeah.
all the time.
All the
Which,
time.
by the Americans should really look into that. That's terrible.
Yeah, keep it on your-
Get control. Come on.
It's,
really.
well, you know what?
What's wrong?
We're still figuring stuff out here.
Developing
You're almost
nation.
hit your
apparently.
250th, so it's almost
just
time.
coming along.
The 250th is coming up. You
Yeah,
guys
we're
should work
talking
it out.
250 years. Give us a break, man.
All right. Well, we'll give you a little more time.
I was,
circle back.
5 or 6 more years.
I was explaining to someone on our staff some of the things you had said. The people were like, well,
Oh, yeah.
our staff was like, well, what happened? Where'd you guys go? What'd you do? So I'm trying to relay it all.
Okay.
And I brought up the weather thing, and this one girl on staff goes,
Wait, what?
our weather affects their weather? And I went, yeah.
Perfect.
And she goes,
Yes. Target
well,
audience
are
right there.
they mad about that? Are they upset? I go,
Yes.
well, he wasn't happy about it. She goes, I wonder if
Hold
there's
the
something
grudge.
they could do to, you know, I mean, that's not really fair of us to be. I went,
That's so cute.
Right there.
I
Yeah,
love this.
I'm like,
I love this.
I love that.
so
Target audience right
please
there.
be more worried about our issues. Yeah, take a stand for our issues.
I told my wife, I go, someone needs a pink slip from staff really quick here. I go, this is, I mean, and just serious question.
No, but I've had serious questions as well. Like, we have people come over. Hey, do you guys have scorpions? Because I'm really scared of scorpions. I said, not at all. We have a little LED, like a infrared fence about this tall all around the country, so it keeps all the scorpions out. They're like, oh my God, thank God.
That's the thing.
I'm like,
sure.
okay, let's keep believing it.
Okay, if you're happy,
You got it.
you like that
They're like,
explanation,
yeah.
okay, too.
They're like, really?
We're
I'm
going to
like,
run
yeah,
with
man.
it. You didn't tell me. I hadn't heard that story.
Well, that's
Somebody
not,
you know.
that's not totally dissimilar. When I want my wife to leave me alone, I just pour salt around my room I'm in. It keeps witches out. So, you know, there's some truth in that. I
And
know how that all
ants, and
works.
ants, maybe.
So, have you ever? Now, there's so many things to talk about with your nation. You had, and truthfully, we'd never get to it all. You have such a history.
Oh, yeah.
You're
There's a
only
lot.
50 years of this stuff now. So
Like
there's
500 pages on our website. So
Oh, yeah.
there's
Oh, at
lots.
least.
It's
At
deep.
least, yes.
it is a good.
And if we
read,
haven't
though.
covered it, there's a good chance we'll make it up right now.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, and that's important.
Which is the
cool,
idea, right?
Cool thing about having my own country is, I mean, I can make it up as I go.
And that's what good leaders do.
That's exactly right.
I can name presidents in the past who have made stuff up right on the spot.
Right on the spot.
Facts.
And everyone's going, oh, okay.
So, there, like I said, so much to talk about. One of the things, and we sort of addressed this when I was visiting your nation. You're at war. You are currently in a state of war.
We are indeed.
I think the audience needs to understand that's a pretty serious thing when a country declares war or is declared
it's huge.
upon. In fact, you didn't tell which way that went. Did you declare war on
Yes.
them? Oh,
yeah,
you did.
Absolutely. So we are actually at war with the nation of East Germany. Okay, so I'm sure maybe your audience is aware that at one point Germany was divided into two, East and West Germany, the eastern portion being communist. And I was stationed with the U.S. Army in West Germany in the early 80s. And as armies do, they tend to wake you up in the middle of the night, which is very annoying. And so I declared war on the nearest East Bloc country. Again, that was East Germany. And then I forgot all about that war declaration for about 20-something years or more, and rediscovered it in the archives of the Ministry of the Closet and said, East Germany, that's long gone.
Hold on. Did you just say archived in the Ministry of the Closet?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, I took a box somewhere.
I picture him getting shoe boxes.
Yes.
Okay,
You're not wrong. Actually, they're plastic tubs, but yeah, you're on the
like,
right track.
East Germany. I forgot about this. Let's open.
Now you can call your
That's literally what happened. Yes, forgot all about it. And then had a little laugh because East Germany's long gone till I discovered dum 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 that East Germany is in fact not long gone, because back in 1973, Fidel Castro of Cuba gave an island off the coast of Cuba to East Germany. It effectively became East German territory. But when East and West Germany were reunited in 1991, that was not addressed in the treaty.
So they didn't talk about that little island off of Cuba.
Talk about that? No, not at all.
So it is still left out there.
It's still East German territory. After all these years, East Germany still exists. However, it is uninhabited except for marine iguanas, and they just don't care. So, they're iguanas. so we have no way to engage in peace with this uninhabited island off the coast of Cuba. So our war goes on.
Now, see, I pointed that out in our tour. Yes. I pointed that out. I go, wait a minute. So you started, you're at war with the country, and you said, in our visit, you said, well, there's no one to talk to about ending, about peace. I'm like, well, then there's no one to really fight with either. There's really not a war going on if there's no one to...
It's kind of a unilateral war, but yeah. Definitely. Now, we did have some friends, a fellow Micronation. They visited the island way back, I think, in 2010, something like that.
Yeah.
Because they're from Canada, and Canadians can go to Cuba. So they trekked all the way out to this island out in the middle of nowhere, and they found evidence of East German activity. There was a flag. So it must be there somewhere. I don't know.
Made this noir film. We've also had tourists come, the East German dressed in
East German uniforms.
And the whole entire time they just peeked around from behind every building we've had. The whole hour and a half.
Sneaking around. Spies.
Peeking behind the building.
Yes.
And they're like,
that's not good. You've been infiltrated.
Yes. We did. We had to throw them in the jail at the end of the day, but, they never came back. I can tell you that never came back.
That's a serious question now. When situations like that come up, do you follow the Geneva Convention?
Oh, absolutely.
I want to make sure. I mean, let's not, I will push away from this table and walk out right now if you're not abiding. You got to abide.
Oh, we abide. All right. Definitely, just like the dude.
The dude abides.
That's right.
So, Mr. President, I'm not asking you to get into national defense or any of the secrets, but how is the war going?
It's very quiet.
Is it?
Yes, it really is.
Just like the movie says from the 40s or the 50s, all quiet on the Western Front.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But we do sell war bonds for $3
yes,
a piece.
Absolutely. There is still activity. We had the opportunity to visit Cancun in Mexico about a year ago, and there were iguanas there, marine iguanas no less, and we're fairly certain that those were East German spies.
Yeah.
So
those
they were sent out to watch us. They were right there.
That's
we better go back and watch some more iguanas.
We're going to have to go back and find them and make sure.
I got to tell you now, maybe my ignorance will be showing through here, perhaps. What is the difference between a Cancun iguana and an East German iguana?
How
would you know the difference between the two?
I think it's an East German iguana.
Those were definitely East German iguanas.
Yes,
how do you know?
Iguana vacation.
Well,
I don't know the difference between Cancun iguana.
They had a look in their eye.
But as a government, we just have to take it seriously that it could possibly be that they were East German iguanas. So we have to, all defenses are up just in case. And you never know. Maybe they were just Cancun iguanas.
Well, you know what? If you have to offend,
we're going to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, if you have to offend a few Cancun iguanas, then you just offend them. Say, sorry, dude, I can't let you in. I can't be around you.
That's right.
I'm not sure what your motivations are.
Exactly. What's your political background?
That's right. What's your affiliation? Are you a card-carrying member?
That's right.
Well, who's been your best visitor to your nation over time? Who's been someone you went back and go, yeah, that person showed up? Who would you say? Anybody?
Jack Black.
Jack Black, that was pretty cool.
Far out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For real.
He came, that was about 11 years ago, almost 11 years ago now.
But when Jack Black says, we've been following your micronation for 10 years because we want to make a movie, you're going, what?
Yep.
So my favorite picture I've ever taken was of Jack Black taking a picture of my husband.
That's right.
Like, that doesn't happen.
Has there ever been any movement on that? Is it still just rattling around in his head?
It's just rattling around. What that development hell thing that they've got in
he came
Hollywood.
With 5.
Jack was funny, though, because he did say, movies are kind of like an alignment of the planets, trying to get it all right, to make things happen. And I'm like, I've seen some pretty crappy movies, so the planets must align a lot more than you think.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think you guys are watching the alignment. I've seen some of these movies.
Yeah, they're not it.
Not it.
But
like
they're
the
right on
director,
that.
like Jared Hess, and those guys were there with us, and that was really cool. And
There is some truth to that.
Yeah.
So many things have to fall in place for a
absolutely.
movie to get there. And some of the greatest movies have never been made because of that.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
but even if not,
We're
just to
giving him
have
time, but not much more time. He's not getting any younger either. So
Yeah, it's like-
he needs to get going here.
right?
So here's what you do: you send him a picture of the president going this.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Just send him that picture.
TikTok
All
friend,
he's
where
like-
you at?
That's all it will take. Jack Black be like, you know what? He's right.
That's a great
He's
idea.
right. We
Yep.
got it.
Yeah.
Subtle.
We have been in a few movies that have been premiered, and in fact, this next weekend we're going to be in New York for the Tribeca Film Festival because there's a
yeah.
Micronation movie from Joe Kowalski who
Well, what
made a movie
movies
from
have you
us.
guys been in? What is
Micronation type movies.
Micronation type
Yeah.
movies.
Well, yeah, but
a
say
lot
it.
of
Let's get
documentary
people will
makers.
go look at this. It looks like fun.
So this one right now is called Micronations, and it's not public. They're hoping to sell the movie at the film festival, of course. We have things prepared to go walk the red carpet, and we have a Q&A after the filming, so we're excited to be
That
there.
is great.
Yeah, we're going to be.
And then we were in a movie called The Tiny Spark. A
Tiny Spark. Another one called How to Start Your Own Country. These go back a little ways, like about 10 or 15 years, something like that.
Yeah, because
And
next
then-
year will be our 50th
and
year.
then-
What a great
Molossia,
resume
so,
to have those
yes.
things in there.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
got to be so much fun to do.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I got an IMDb.
Yes, that's
Wow.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Far
pretty cool,
out.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, and then the Kick-Assia movie.
Yes, kick
Yes, we were in the Kick-Assia movie, which was these video game reviewer guys from online. They do a once-a-year gathering. They did a once-a-year gathering.
Yeah.
So they came in and took over Molossia, threw me out as the ruler, and then tried to run the country, and it was chaos.
Yeah.
so forth.
Those guys were great.
Those guys were great.
Yeah.
Big bunch of nerds.
So you've met some really good people
We've
to have
met-
a lot of fun.
everybody's
with.
been
absolutely.
great.
Oh
Yes,
yes,
yes.
absolutely.
That's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah,
That's
it's a lot of fun.
Like
yeah.
I just mentioned, next year will be our 50th anniversary, so that's a big deal. It's a big milestone.
Yep.
And we're expecting to have a large party and at the country and with live music and food, and so watch our socials for anybody who's local
Yeah,
to come on
absolutely.
down.
Yeah,
I would
come
love
visit.
to be invited to
Yes,
that.
yes.
To
Come on, yes.
I would love to do
For
that.
sure,
That stuff like
absolutely.
that
It's
is so
gonna be
much
awesome.
fun.
Oh
to
yeah,
do.
yeah, absolutely. Come on. Yeah, definitely.
And not to, sound like I'm being a little bit contrary here, or not
Sure.
contrite, or what's the word I'm looking? Adversarial.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me start over.
Good.
Not that I'm trying to be adversarial, but you and I are going to have our countries on opposite sides of a river pretty soon.
Absolutely.
And like I mentioned, I think with a World War II howitzer, if I go buy one, I think I can bomb Molossia with water balloons from my property.
Oh,
And what's kind of funny is I should be concentrating on building a house and a barn and a garage and getting animals.
but this is the first thought.
And all I'm thinking about
the
is
first thing you're thinking about.
what do I
There.
need? How much concrete thickness do I need for a pad for a World War II howitzer? And where do I get one? Just
You can get anything online,
clink,
but
clink,
yes.
clink, 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 have
know
someone
what, though?
spot for me.
You know what though? That was really my first thought when we started the Molossia on that territory. I'm fumbling
Yeah.
all over here. There was nothing there, just empty desert. And of course, the entire country's been built up since then. But
Sure.
really, that was one of my first thoughts. I need to put a flagpole up because we're going to fly the flag because this is now the heart of the country. Which prior to that had only been on paper,
Right.
Because there wasn't the internet was just starting out,
Sure.
back in the mid '90s. So anyway, yeah. So I'm with you with that development process in your brain. What am I going to do? Where am I going to take this? Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm just letting you know.
Yes.
If all of a sudden a year from now, you guys are out walking around your country and a water balloon hits the ground, you're already going to know where it
Whoa.
came from.
Love it, yep.
You only have to look. Go. I know what this is.
Like,
God
here we
bless
go.
it. Here he
Don't-
goes.
Don't make us shoot
Gen
back.
X spoke.
We have a tuna cannon.
That's
great.
true.
Yes, a tuna cannon.
So watch out. You're going to get bumblebeed. Or
Great.
You're gonna get
Starkist.
bumblebeed.
Now I need to worry about a defense system.
That's right.
I'm calling Trump. I need to be part of the Golden Dome thing.
Golden Dome.
When I call him and
right?
say, "Look at Molossia
Hey,
may
something's
attack," I got to be
happening.
ready.
Yes, yes.
You can mention that tuna cannon. He'll probably have that in his head.
He probably
so
will.
remember,
Yeah.
Some of these ideas have been inspired from different things that have happened across the border, and
Yes,
the tuna
absolutely.
cannon was
The tuna cannon
definitely
was
one of those.
inspired. Yes.
Somewhere in Portland, somebody was trying to,
They
get
were throwing
free
cans of
food
tuna.
and-
The president was very specific that they were bumblebee. And I'm like, my God, a tuna cannon. What a great idea that I just had.
That's right.
So, yes, now we have it.
All right. Well, then I will take that into consideration
Yes.
before we declare war on
You never
Molossia.
know.
But on the plus side, if tuna comes flying your way, you've got lunch,
That's true.
That's
yeah.
right. That's
So
fast
there you go.
food.
I'm just thank you. Appreciate you guys. So I got to ask you. I did not look up a lot of the statistics on Molossia, but how's your crime rate?
We have zero. crime in
Wow.
Molossia because we have a very good jail. And if you spend too much time in there, you go down in our salt mine. Nobody wants that.
Yes.
Well, maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe some weirdos out there, but
Might be.
anyway, yeah, it might be. So yes,
Zero crime.
We have zero crime in Molossia. Well, wait a
Should we
minute.
say that we have a tiny percentage of trespassers, I would say.
We do have
because
trespassers.
we have lots of people that want to visit Molossia, which is great. And
So
we have
you-
specific tour time for them to do that.
So you have border issues also.
We also
We do have border
sometimes
issues,
border
yes.
issues.
Mhm,
So
we
we
do.
have set up many fun things for drive-by tourists to participate in at the border. So
At the border on the American
yes,
side.
on the American side. So
right.
people can sit there, they can take a picture, take a picture at the border.
Right.
We even have a take a seat in the country. Just don't take the seat. It says that right there. Like, please don't take the bench. It's not free furniture on the side of the road. So there's plenty of things
trust
for them to
issues.
do, and plenty of, yes, there's plenty of large signs saying "Stay here, do this." But sometimes we'll see somebody on the cameras walking around where they're not supposed to be, and then we have to yell into our phone, "Please clear Molossia airspace," because we're not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get out, and then they're. So, oh, whoa, what's that?
Yeah.
And they're
That
freaked
happens.
out, and then
that
they
does
leave.
happen.
Yeah.
But that's really the extent. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
very
the end of our
well-behaved
crime.
country.
Unless we're
Yeah.
talking about our cat, who's not a citizen. So,
But you know what? That's like you just said. It's a well-behaved country.
It is a well-behaved country.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah.
A
very cool.
well-behaved country with a space program.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is,
Space
that's-
and many
Oh,
others.
and a Navy, and our own movies, and our own radio station, and
Yes.
our own newsletter that comes out.
What is your radio station?
Yes.
Well, it's online. And
Yeah.
It's Radio Molossia.
Right.
So, excuse me, you go to our website, and there's a link right there. In fact, I just published it last night. It's about 15, 20 minutes long. 3 songs, some news.
Yeah, just a bunch of propaganda, I guess. Some,
No, actually,
some
very little propaganda.
speeches from you about how things go around
That's
here.
exactly
I
right.
do a speech about twice a year. I do a New Year's speech and a Founders Day speech, but I usually only broadcast the New Year's one because that's the one. Hey, we're a great country.
So
We do great
honestly, though,
things.
the difference between us and other micronations is people fail to, once they get done with their constitution and their flag and all the fun stuff that makes a country, and you check the boxes. Now it's time for them to start thinking of their own things to do, and staying busy is where they lose
That's
their
where-
train
that's
of
where
thought.
they lose their
So
track.
what we do
Sure.
is we try to shoot for 1 to 2 news articles a month of things that are going on with the country. That could be family things that we go to. Oh, we're going to go to Tahoe. No,
Right.
That now it's a Molossia naval expedition, right?
Right.
So
I
what
get
are we
that.
doing
That's great.
that's going to be tied in? And then those 2 news articles I read for the radio show, and then my husband has there's some announcements and some different things, and then we have 3 songs, and then we do other things. So it can be like 20 minutes to 40 minutes of the radio show because we have content, because we stay busy,
Yeah.
because our nation is a real place with real people moving and living.
Well, like
Yeah.
you said,
So,
people
yes.
that set this up, you may get 100 people that set up a micronation,
And they fizzle.
but who's willing to put in the work?
That's
yeah,
exactly
that's the
right.
thing. That's
Because
exactly
it
Yes.
is. If
It is
anybody
work.
thinks that what
Yeah.
you're doing is fly by night, if anybody
Oh, no.
thinks what you're
Yes.
doing is just a casual, no.
Right.
I have been there. I have read all your stuff, and I've been there. That it's work to.
Yes.
It would be work to maintain it, let alone building what
Yes.
you guys built.
And then he comes up with ideas all the time, and it's
Constantly.
not like shooting down ideas. It's like, okay, we want to do a volcano. So my first thought is it going to smoke? Where's it going to be? It's not a no. It's a okay, but it has to be awesome, right? Like there's
I run these
different-
things. I run my ideas past the
Sure.
first lady to
So,
show her
you
the
know.
common sense test.
Like, okay,
So you,
what's it going to be like?
You receive a lot of, you're not doing that.
Not so much.
Not so
although
bad.
I did briefly consider changing our national animal from the wild horse to the rabbit because we have more rabbits in Molossia
that does
than
not
we do
sound
wild
fierce.
horses, and she shot that right down. Yeah, it's the same.
that's-
I got the same look as you got right now.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not having But most of the time, it's not a no. It's a, okay, well, how can this work? And what's the plan? What's the
Yes.
thought process?
And what's the impact?
intention?
And what's the impact too?
Sure.
You know, how's it going to impact the country?
And us too. We've talked about podcasts, and let's do one once a month. And do we have time once a month? And is it what's the reality on top of everything else we're already doing with a regular, an outside job and all that kind of stuff?
Busy.
It's
Yeah.
busy. Yeah.
Constantly
So
busy.
what's
Yeah.
the commitment? Because we don't want to
But you can't
start
not-
it and then not do it.
Right, but you
Yeah.
can't not have new ideas. You can't
Oh, yeah.
not grow.
no,
Oh,
absolutely.
You have to have
It's always
do it.
growing.
You absolutely
Yes.
got to do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
The younger micronationalists, when they're starting their countries, they will reach out to me. Well, what do I do?
And what do I do now?
And I'm like, well, okay, you have a country, so emulate an established country. Go to a country's website, pick one, doesn't matter. The Bahamas, whatever. What are they doing? They have a government
Right.
website.
That's
what,
right.
what are they doing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something you could do.
Right.
They've got an environmental program, or they've got, I don't know, whatever. There's so many things. Just like Shrek's onions. From
So many
movie.
layers.
Yeah, there's so many layers. Countries have so many layers.
Why you
Well,
got picking
tell-
onions?
Almost-
Nobody likes onion. Why you pick parfait? Everybody loves parfait.
Parfait.
There are some layers of parfait as well. I
I knew that reference. I stay with you there.
But we tell the kids, take your flag, plant it at the park, go do a park cleanup day, and now your nation just did something great for the community. Because try to have a small impact and then reach out for a larger impact, right?
Absolutely.
You know what?
That's
I would have
okay.
never thought of that, but what a good way to plug into the community and be part of
100%.
things.
Exactly.
Be
Yes.
part of your local parade, whatever's going on. We've been. This will be our 20th year in the Nevada Day Parade. 20th year.
20
I'm hoping
years,
some year he
yep.
can be Grand Marshal. Why not? He's
Why?
been in it
I
so
would love to be
long,
Grand
right?
Marshal.
Really?
Yeah.
That's never even
Not
been brought up?
happened yet, but
No, but we are slowly moving up. We
Yes.
started out as number 199 out of 200.
We got
We're back
76
there with
last
Ronald
year.
McDonald, and that's a story
Now
I'm
we
not going
passed
to
the
share.
bunny
But
ranch.
anyway, so now we're up to number 30. So we're like at 30 or 40 or something.
That's what I try to do. I
Right?
try to plug
Yeah.
into the community. I'm doing.
Yes.
When we brought Gen X Talks up here, I can't believe how many people knew who we were in Reno and Carson and Minden.
Very cool.
That's
I had-
fantastic.
I
It
had
really
no
is.
idea. I'm at the gas station. They're like, dude, I never got that where we lived.
Oh, that's cool.
Never.
Yeah.
We do this for years, and all of a sudden, you go to Costco and you get stopped 6 times for people that want to take pictures. I'm
That
like,
is awesome.
really?
That's awesome.
So
Yes.
again, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, we're plugging into the community. We're going to spend money, spend time, do interviews.
Yep.
I want everyone to know we're here. I want to be part of everything. And my wife says, where do you want to start? I go, the Bunny Ranch. I think
Yes.
that we
Get in there.
Go there.
I'm thinking right now, let's just start with the local community. And
There
she's
they
like-
are.
She's one of those. Yeah, you're not doing that.
Shut that one
I'm
down.
trying to be helpful here. And every turn.
Support small business.
Ideas. Yes, really.
Shop local.
I think that would be great if you guys were that you're in the parade. But I mean, moving up to the
Yes.
top at some
Oh, yeah.
point.
Yeah, you never know.
20 years.
But
I
we're-
mean,
yeah.
come on.
We're happy to be there.
That's huge.
Yes,
That's a every year you show up. Like I'll be there every time.
We're there
Yeah,
every time.
absolutely.
It's actually his favorite holiday.
It's my favorite holiday. It's my
So
Christmas.
he just
It
loves
really
it.
is.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it
He
so
loves
much.
the community and being together with everybody, and then
Yeah,
just the
absolutely.
pride.
Yeah.
We're been in Nevada for years and years.
Is there
as well,
a way for? God, I guess you'd have to be your own country to have an alliance with you, wouldn't you? You couldn't just. I mean, like if I as an individual, or I as a business, or I as a group of people, we couldn't really have an alliance with you. We couldn't send you a form because we're nothing on our end.
Yeah, you're not sovereign on your
No,
You're right.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, different.
No, but
We could do other partnerships.
yeah, other kinds of partnerships.
I think that'd be
absolutely.
fun.
Because
Yeah.
we already
Can't
shut
be done.
everybody down from alliances. Because a lot of times it's a bunch of kids that sign papers and then they get mad at each other and then they tear up the alliance and now we're no
Now they're
longer
all at war.
allied.
They're all at war
We're no
with each
longer
other and
allied.
stuff
We're
like
now
that.
we're
So,
at war.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
because we don't really want to do that every day,
Sure,
we just
yeah.
say we're already your friend.
Yes.
And they're like, they said they're already our friend. And then
And-
we're like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they're
And when
very
the first
happy
lady
with that.
says every day, she's not wrong.
It's every single
at
day.
At least once
Yes.
or even twice a day, I get brand new micronation reaches out to me, or us wants to do
Yeah.
an alliance, and it's like that's why I have to be like, calm down.
Yes, yes.
Right.
We're just going to be friends.
And but then they post his reply online, and they're so proud that they got a response because the president replies to every person that emails him.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
Everybody.
I
There's
never
not
don't.
one
Mhm.
communication
Always
that goes unturned. No matter if it's the same kid that wants to send us a postcard
See-
every week,
Yeah.
Which he does.
which
How
they do.
personal is that?
Very,
That's
very
great.
personal. Yes, he
Absolutely.
really cares
That's
about
good
all
stuff,
that.
man.
Always, yep. Always.
See, that's something that keeps things real and more human, and
It
you're
is.
not like
Yeah.
blowing people off.
Well,
you
that's
know?
why he's like the most loved man in the micronational world
Yeah.
because there's other micronations out, and everybody when he walks in the room, it's like like the big guy walking out, all the kids turn and go, oh, he's
Right.
here, and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'll see,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
see little kids that are just so pumped,
get
so I'll
mobbed.
walk over to them, I'm like, do you want to go meet the president? And I'll be the wingman, and I'll take them over and like, come on, and they're like shaking, they're so excited, they look exactly like him, they wore the same outfit,
Same outfit.
they have the
Wow.
same
Wow.
glasses on, they
Oh, yeah,
have the same
absolutely.
hats,
Yeah.
and at one point in the meeting, I want to say, will the real Kevin Baugh please stand up? Because they all look the same. They all are little him,
They all,
which is so
all
cute.
have the hat. They all have a uniform jacket.
And they're like 11 years
Yeah,
old. And
absolutely.
they're like,
Yeah.
we're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And,
That is
and it's the
incredibly
cutest thing
cool.
I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's the
What,
best.
what imitation is the highest form of flattery? What a
absolutely.
moment that
Yeah.
has to be where you're
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's
Absolutely.
great.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's fun because when we do go to Microcon, it's almost like these are all my kids.
Right.
Yes.
Because they've almost all interacted with me and gotten ideas from how to run
Sure.
their countries
Yeah.
and so forth. And
And
then,
it's-
then fly and be free and go do your own thing.
And it's so nice to
they're
meet
not
their
like-
parents because, their kids have been talking to this man for all this time. And it's like,
And now here he
we're
is.
not trying to be
Yeah.
weird. Like, we don't want that. We're just being straightforward with how to help you with your country and
how
do the
to- yeah,
things.
how to
and,
build up your country.
And then we see the
yeah.
TikTok videos later. I met my idol, and it's like some 14-year-old girl that that's just so pumped because she's so into the political scene. scene and wants to be
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
How do
So
you guys stay away from that, though? So you brought up political scene.
Well, we are as the.
How do you-
So let me start by saying MicroCon is a convention that we started in 2012.
15.
Well, in 2012, we went
Okay.
to London
All right,
and we
backstory.
watched.
Don't argue with her.
It's okay.
No,
in
no, no,
2012,
she's right.
There you go.
In
There you
2012, we went to London to a meetup called Polynation, which means many nations, and we got to watch other people's ideas, and that's my first time that I saw an 11-year-old kid talk about, I'm not quite sure what type of government I want, and I'm like, who's thinking of that? These
When
kids
you were
are,
11.
right? These kids,
Yeah.
not me, man. That wasn't what we were doing then, but that's different. That's fine. Good for them. This is a nice path. So I said, we have to bring this to the United States. We have to found this as the people that have had the longest running micronation that you can visit in the
Yeah.
United States. We have to do it. So 2015, we put on a small get together in Anaheim and also brought everybody to Disneyland. It was awesome. And since then, it's been every other year of a meetup, and it's got into this large. The last time we had like 100 and something people, 30 countries represented, give each
yeah.
other medals. We have a gala, we have a ball. We all wear our things.
Do
and
you
we,
put
the
this on?
finery.
Do you organize this?
We did the very
We did
first
the very
one.
first one, which was very, very low key
Yes.
by comparison.
And then after that,
it's like the Olympics. It moves to different micronations.
Yeah, and they host.
And then
And a
hosting,
responsible
they host,
adult.
Yeah, they host.
So we have a committee, and we think who can handle it, and then
absolutely.
they do it.
Yeah, responsible.
It's been
It's
phenomenal.
a big deal now.
See what a thing for you guys
Yes.
to start that,
Oh, yeah.
and for you guys to support. What it lends
Yes.
an incredible amount of credibility. It gives
Yes.
credibility to the whole thing when you guys show up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It has to. I mean,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
you can't-
no, yes.
It's like you guys.
We've
are,
said that, like,
you
we can
guys
never
are the
not
corner-
go now,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Like
oh,
this-
yeah, we have to go forever.
So we're going to San
I'll be
Diego
going
next
there in a
year and
wheelchair.
France next year.
Yeah,
Or
San
the-
Diego
because
and
we've had to
France
go to
next
Europe.
year
We're
and-
going
Because
I mean,
every
we
time you
get
do
to, I
it,
would say.
you're the
Yes.
cornerstone that everything's
Yes.
built on with that.
Absolutely.
That's
Honestly, yes.
Oh, that's
yep.
incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
But you will laugh because there are micronations who think that we're not serious of enough micronation, so they won't come because we have our money based on cookie dough, and that's not trying to be serious.
Yeah.
So we're just playing around, and so that's
Yeah, so there are some
microcon's
micronations
not
that do go a little
for
bit
them.
further, at least in their heads. Serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not.
Like we're having a blast.
Not like crazy
man. Like why
serious.
not join
Yes.
us, right?
Yeah,
like
you
all
are
of
having
us.
a great time.
And,
Yeah, we are.
And then we get to learn about other things that people do talks and talk about people that have were not born in any country, so they're like the countryless people and other ways that people live out in the world, which
Right.
is very interesting. So there is that serious side too.
There is
that
a serious
that brings
side,
it to us.
absolutely, and then of course there's also like
there's
talks about how to.
Yes.
There is no doubt. This
Yeah.
is the second time I've been around you folks. There is no doubt that you guys are having the time of your life.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Oh, big
All
time.
of
If
it.
anybody
Yeah.
says, it's like, well, they're just doing this for clicks, and I go, no, they'd be doing this if there was nobody there. They love what they're doing.
Well, it started before there were clicks.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And let me tell you,
That's exactly right.
if we were doing it for money, we would have a lot more clicks. You know what I mean? But like people always come to us, hey, we want you to, it's going to give you so much exposure. We're like, bro, you came to us already. Like we're not coming to you,
Yeah.
I mean, but we do have TikToks that are over 4 million.
We don't
hits
actually
and
seek
stuff like that,
notoriety.
so-
It just comes to
No.
us.
Let me just.
We're cool with that.
I know you breezed over this real quick. You thought I wasn't listening, but I was.
What
You
was
thought
it?
I wasn't going to come back to it, but I am.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here. What is it?
How do you have? And my wife brought this up when we came to visit your nation. How does your currency based on cookie dough? I need to know how that works because I know you thought this through. This isn't just.
Oh, yeah.
All right, lay it on
All
me.
right.
I need to
It's
know.
all him.
All right. Well, okay. How far back do we want to go on this?
Just give me what you got.
No,
I'm fine.
no,
Take
no,
your time. There's
Tell
no
the story.
clock. There's no
I
clock
told
on this
somebody the
thing.
story yesterday, actually.
For a little while, a short while back in 1998, Molossia was part of another micronation called Utopia. It was all college kids, and they liked eating raw cookie dough and watching bad monster movies. And we sort of adopted that, I guess, as part of our culture. Cookie dough became like a thing. It remains a thing. Just had cookies last night. Anyway, and having cookie dough as part of our culture is only natural to make it. That's what we base our money on because it's something valuable to us. I mean, yeah, there you go. And we don't have a whole lot of gold or silver floating around Molossia, but
That's
we do
right.
have a lot of cookie dough.
More than ever.
So
now,
could I have paid for
now-
a T-shirt with cookie dough at your place?
theoretically, yes,
Yes.
you could. But
Okay.
what we probably would have done was you could have exchanged the cookie dough for Molossian
Anybody
for
who brings
Molossian
cookie dough gets a
currency.
$5 Valora.
Yes,
That's
Five
the truth.
Valora, right?
Yes.
That's your money.
And
Okay.
you could have taken that Molossian currency and walked over over, from your cookie dough and bought a T-shirt or whatever, that kind of thing. Whatever it is you
totally
want
could
to
have
buy.
worked.
You could have done
4 tubes of cookie dough,
We don't
come out with a
actually encourage that because we would prefer you would use American currency.
You need a big vault for your cookie dough. People came by.
We do have one.
We have a freezer that goes in there.
Deep freezer
There's
in the
probably 20-something pounds worth of cookie dough in there
It's a
right
fact.
now.
But don't bring
Absolutely.
Andy Ann's. We're not into that.
No, only preferably Pillsbury. That's the good stuff. Although we
Don't get cheap
intend
on
to
the
get a lot of
Walmart
great
kick-
value
great
from
value happens a
Walmart.
lot. Yeah,
All
that's
right,
fine. That's
That's
acceptable.
fine too,
That's all right.
but not Andy Ann's. Sorry, Andy Ann's. If you're
Yeah,
listening.
sorry, Auntie Ann's. We're just not. It's
Your
just not
stuff is
good.
terrible.
We'll be honest.
Not good.
Well, I don't,
Try again.
and I don't mean to ever. Sometimes when you talk to businesses or hobbies or social media, you talk about money. It starts to put a bad taste in people's mouth.
Yeah, no.
But
We're pretty open.
I went to when we visited your nation. I want to tell you 2 stories. One is about the money. Is all the people that were there, and you had a big crowd that day. And I remember sitting with I think it was with my wife, and I said, so all thinking about your money and funding this nation. I said, all these people paid to be here. They're making quite a bit of haul. And she goes, no, nobody paid to be. I went, wait. No, that took me back.
Yeah.
I went, so there's 50 people here that drove out here. They got tickets. They got in line. That you guys have cutoffs on this stuff.
Yes.
You let everybody in. You put on a fantastic tour. It is a fantastic show because it's polished and you know what you're talking about and it's interactive and it's great. And I said they're doing that for free.
100%. Yes.
Now we paid a little bit for a media pass because I wanted to do some stuff with you, but I get that.
I started that a couple years ago.
But I said
Yes.
the whole
Like,
thing.
hey.
I said I told my wife, I said I would have paid to come. I would have paid a ticket. This is like an e-ticket ride to Disneyland for me. I would have paid. I said, and she goes, no, that was we did from the media side, but
Yes.
everybody here is for free. I think that's amazing because you guys,
We could charge. We know,
and
yes.
they would pay.
Yes.
Yes.
There's nobody that does. There's nobody that leaves your country thinking that they didn't have a good time.
That's correct. They don't.
No.
So
Exactly. That's
Which
true.
always kind of surprises me, but
So
no,
usually in a tour
I don't know
group-
why.
Well,
but
she's there,
Yeah.
so it's
That's
always,
gotta be
it's
it
always
right
the
there.
up.
It's all because of her, yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Usually,
lovely
thank you.
lady.
There's
Yes.
usually in a group one person that knows everything there is to know about Molossia and has been following us since they were a tiny kid, and then their whole family who goes, "What are we doing out here? Why
Yeah,
are we
really.
coming here?" And then so those are the people.
Yeah.
Those are the people I target at the end. Like, did you have a good time? Was it more than you expected? And they're like, "Oh my God, yes!
Yeah.
It is so much more." I
Yes.
couldn't even believe it. I've been thinking this kid was crazy for years, but you know what? He was on it.
You
Yes.
give.
Yeah.
There's nobody that leaves your place thinking they got shorted.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. No.
Even if they were to pay, they would be like, no, I didn't get
Yeah.
shorted. What a fulfilling time there.
And there
yeah.
is quite a
It
few
really
people
was.
that just put money in the box for Trader Tom and the Trading Post.
Yeah.
The Mercado. He holds the money. He's one of our mannequins.
Our mannequin
Yeah.
civil
Our civil
servants.
servants.
That's right.
And we always tell them, if Trader Tom's watching, we're on the integrity system, so you choose, to act wisely.
Well-
and then, but some people just come by and just tip anyway. Like, this is so good, I would have paid.
That's-
And they just give us
It
money,
happens.
and that's
It
super
happens,
nice.
See, that's how
Yeah.
we were when I was sitting because my knees were bad that day. I did follow you around for a lot of it, but at the end, I'm like, how do you not? We didn't get charged for it. 'Cause then you buy some stuff, buy some T-shirts. I wanted
Sure.
to find a way.
Yeah, to contribute, right?
I
You
needed
feel like
to.
it.
I was like,
Yeah.
no way with that. Doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
I mean, guess
There is
what?
so much effort into the tours. I mean,
Oh.
it's
Oh, yeah.
from the beginning to the end,
It's an
and all
all-day
the
thing.
things, and the
Even though our
preparation.
visitors are only there for an
Yeah.
hour and a half, 2 hours, for
Now-
me
That's
personally,
That's why we do
it's
about
all
70
day.
years, 70
Yeah.
years
Oh,
because of it.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, Mr. President, I don't mean to. I don't know how. Do you run your own Department of Interior?
Yes, actually.
Okay, so
Pretty much
I
run
have-
most of the departments.
It's just us.
But yeah, it's just us. You're looking at the entire
This
government.
is all
right
of us.
here.
Okay, so and the
Unless you drive by on an off day and the gardener is there, don't talk to him.
Oh.
It's still him, but he's not dressed up and he does
That
not
guy?
want to talk to you. Okay?
Okay. Well, there was a question that I had. Actually, I was there with Ben Matlock, who's never lost a case, by the way. Ben and I were looking at your water feature.
Uh-huh.
And the water wheel goes and runs into a trough, and the trough drips in the ground.
cool.
Where does that go?
Oh, it goes well.
We couldn't figure out where it went. We're
So,
like,
right.
It
So in Molossia, we don't waste water.
We
right?
don't waste water. So
Yes.
it runs from the water tower itself, and it goes down through the water wheel, goes into the wishing well. From the wishing well, overflows. There's like a little sluice thing along there.
Yeah.
It goes into a barrel, which drops into a pipe, which then goes underground over to water the 2 trees that are in Norton Park, and then the roses.
You're kidding
Yes.
me.
Yeah,
So it's
no,
all
absolutely.
big recycling
You're kidding.
water
All that? Because I looked at
Yes.
that, and Ben and I are sitting there going, well, it looks like it's going right in the ground. And then someone asked you, and like, it waters that stuff over there? Yeah, no, it doesn't. That's too far away.
Yeah.
He would have had a thought about this ahead of time and jigged the pipe and put the thing.
And that's exactly what happens.
he did
on
in fact do
non-tourist
that,
time.
yes.
He did it.
Yes. He did exactly that.
He did, in fact, have that.
Yes.
In fact, last year that we remodeled that. Before that, it went to the 2 trees right there at the end of Red Square where the Heroes Monument is right there.
Right.
But they would overflow, be a big fat mess. So I wanted to make sure the water was used properly.
Well-
because again, we are in a desert.
So we're sitting there, and I sat on that one bench for a little bit, and you guys had kind of moved on. And I want to tell you, and this happens with every person in life. You have moments in life where you find yourself calm or peace or just a quiet moment. You're sitting by a lake or you're sitting by a river. Everyone's done it to some degree. It doesn't matter where. And I'm sitting there, and I've maybe had 5 of those moments my entire life, and I had one at your nation.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let me tell you how. I was sitting on that chair with Christine, who finally shut up and quit talking for a second. And when it was
Well,
quiet,
you only had 5. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
see, that's right. Isn't it? God,
A lot of
you're ruining
obstacles.
do you realize where we are? I'm gonna get you thrown out of here.
Just need a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was quiet. I could hear the water features going.
Yes.
There was a very, very slight breeze, which felt so good. And your radio was playing, that radio tower, and it sounded like music from the 40s.
Yes,
It is
it's big
music from
band
the
music.
40s. Yep.
And I'm
Yes.
sitting there thinking, this is what it could have been like in Hawaii in 1939, 1940.
Yeah.
And I closed my eyes, and I sat there. I could hear the water. I could feel the breeze, and I just closed my eyes. And I didn't hear you guys talking out back. It was a little far away. Christine didn't say anything. Not a car went by, nothing.
Oh,
And
it's
for
very much
about
like that.
6 minutes of my life, I zoned out to a place I never thought I'd be. And I'm telling you,
That is so cool. No, that's special.
That's
you
wonderful.
took
That's
me
special.
there. I sat right in there, and I could hear it. It wasn't too loud.
Yep.
Perfect.
It was just right.
I love that.
And I had one of those moments, and I logged that in right now, and I kept telling myself, if I ever meet you guys again, we do an interview, I want to share that
Oh,
moment
that's nice.
you
I
gave
really
that.
love that.
And where
Yes.
did it happen?
Right? In
Inside the
Molossia.
nation of Molossia.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
That's right.
So I traveled to
appreciate that.
Special
Molossia
things
one
happen
day.
in Molossia,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Come find your peace.
I can tell that story.
Hey, file that away. That's a good one.
All right, there.
I could do a commercial for that. I
Yeah.
traveled all the way to Molossia to find.
that's
I
right.
needed a perfect 5 minutes, and that's where I found it.
That's where you found it.
It's a true
found it.
story.
And then
son.
sometimes in that exact same spot, we can have like 5 wild horses just standing right there.
Oh, yeah.
You just
absolutely.
never know.
Yeah, we have all kinds of critters
Yeah.
that go through Molossia. Yes.
Yeah,
That's very special. I really
I'm
love
learning that.
that.
I've
I'd
got
love to hear
cameras
that.
up on my property, and I'm learning what wanders around out there. Like,
yes,
yeah.
a lot of
whoa,
wandering.
you get a camera, and a horse walks right up. Like, what's this?
All the time. Absolutely all the time. In fact, we had one
Same thing.
go by that morning.
Yeah,
that was the
one
April
walked
tour.
by that
One walked
morning.
right by on the street.
Yep,
So
it's
yeah.
lovely.
There was a funny moment when we visited your nation. And I know you meet so many people and do so many things. You won't remember this because it was really only dumb funny on my end. But you had seen me walk up, and then you'd asked us to move our truck, so we did.
Yeah.
But you saw us walk up together. So when we repositioned and everybody's getting there, before you began talking to all of us, I walked up and you said, weren't you here with a young lady? And I was like, yeah, and I turned around and she's hugging Ben. Because he just walked up. She said, oh, hey.
funny.
And I went, yeah, that's her hugging that guy.
Other guy over there.
That was just such an odd moment. I'm trying to introduce you to myself and my wife. I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm from Gen X Talks. And she's right there hugging that guy.
Hugging that other guy.
It'll be a minute.
That's so funny.
I'm
Yeah.
just letting you know I was very thankful
I love that.
for the effort you guys put in with the explanation and the walkthrough of your whole nation.
Perfect.
It was so much fun to do. I can't imagine all the things you must be thinking about expanding and doing on that,
yes.
because you pay attention to such detail when you're walking around there. It is better than people expect. It's better than I expected. I went, whoa.
Yeah.
You know, there's detail. There's little things and everything you do. It's not just slapping some paint, sticking a thing, and pointing. No.
Mm-hmm.
Every area that you've got in there has had so much thought into it.
Yes,
and
every
you can
single
tell
thing.
that.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's funny because I was just going to say at the end of the tour, I always send all the pictures that I've taken for the day to the president because he's going to load like the picture of the tourists and all those kind of things and whatever else. And I was asking him the other day, I'm like, do you ever look at some of the things I've taken a picture of and like how I notice things through my eyes because he's built almost every single thing out there,
Yeah.
and I've just helped, here and there. And, he was just pointing out that some of the things like, oh yeah, I like that you noticed this little bit, or this a special thing that he did. And,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, oh, that's different, and I take a picture of it, even though I live there every day. It's just the same thing, just being loving all those little moments and those little special efforts he put in is always amazing to me, even though I live there.
If you sit there or you stand in one place long enough, you can go into your jail and see the basics of it, but stand there for 10 minutes and notice all the details of what's hanging on the walls.
100%.
I mean,
It's always about that.
it is.
Yes,
It's
it's
always,
always about the
about
details.
if you're hanging in there a little bit longer, you get a lot more than just glancing.
Yep.
Yep, it's
And-
always about the details. I mean, if you think about it, and think about from a country perspective, not to get too deep on this, but from a country perspective, I mean, whatever they've got going, you've got some government office, again, maybe is somewhere in the Bahamas, and he's going to have, his manuals that he refers to
Sure.
for the tax code and all this other stuff. I mean, you can't just, like you said, throw a coat of paint on it and fly a flag.
No.
The details matter
Depth.
because we're trying to show that it is an actual country.
Right.
And so, that's how one of the ways that we do it. Yeah.
And then plus, the president's really a big fan of Disney and Disneyland and things like that. And
I was gonna bring that up.
Yes, and what Disney does each year is called plussing. So you're adding something new on top of whatever there was before, so that when you have somebody that comes back the next year, they notice that then one new little thing or whatever it is, something's just changed a little
Absolutely.
bit. So it's not stagnant. It's always changing and moving.
Always changing.
I was gonna bring up the detail when we're talking about that with Disney, because when you're standing in line for a ride, you notice the brickwork, you notice the pole in front of you, and they do little details on the roofs, and they do things that you don't ever see when you're just walking through.
Right.
Absolutely.
But if you stop, they have paid such attention to the detail, you can't help but be. You're like, wow, they took some time with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
As have you. And I'm
Absolutely.
telling everybody out there in the audience that when you go there, you need to spend time looking around, because there's a lot of little things to absorb.
Absolutely.
It'd almost be like if you went there privately, I could spend 4 hours with just you two walking around going, okay, why is this here?
Yes.
And you'd have a reason.
There
You'd
is a
have
reason. There's a
story.
reason for
100%,
everything.
yeah.
Absolutely. A
Oh,
reason for
yeah.
everything.
It's, all right. So where do we see Molossia going now? You guys it would be nice to have a movie. It'd be great to have something like
that'd be
that.
great. Yep,
Yep.
You're going to still do the conventions,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
and you're
Absolutely.
still improving. Is there what's the next big expansion? What's the next thing for Molossia?
I don't really always have like great ideas like, hey, we're gonna do that someday, because I'm kind of a let's just go ahead and do it right now.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
guy,
got you.
as long as it's within our very small budget,
Right.
Yes.
And everything. Someday I would love to have a railroad that runs around that whole back desert area back
Yes.
where
Really?
the
That's
trail
been his
is.
main goal.
Just like a park railroad, not a big giant one.
No, I know what you're saying,
Yeah,
but that-
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd love to have that, but that's kind of way
What's the
beyond
park
our
in Reno
budget.
that
But
has
it's
one like
been a
that?
dream. Yeah, that's one thing. The First Lady did mention a volcano. We might have a volcano pop up in Molossia. We have to work out some details on that.
Yeah, but if there's anybody that wants to sponsor the train, we will put the golden arches on the side. We don't
We
care.
do
Yeah.
not care. Yes, we will. Yes,
It's totally fine with us.
Because that is such an unachievable that we want to achieve.
Yeah,
We'll take
it'd be the best.
sponsorship. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would also love a pressed penny machine in Molossia, which seems like not a big deal.
A what?
A pressed penny machine. I'm all about those.
Oh.
You put the
Oh,
thing
yes.
in and twist it and then
Everywhere we go,
Where
the
do
First
they-
Lady's
yeah,
getting pressed
I know, I'm
pennies.
all about it. So
Where-
I keep
where
my
do you get
51
one?
cents
'Cause
in my purse all the time when I
because
go
you
travel.
Could, you could make something of your own
Yeah.
to press onto the penny.
Yes, that's exactly how it works.
absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
Well, how expensive can those machines? Do they even make them anymore?
They do.
They
I'm
do,
in a
yes.
Facebook group now. I feel like such a nerd. I love it. Yes. So there is a way. I think Etsy sells the press itself, and then the actual housing unit you can buy, like the older ones. But then you don't even use pennies anymore. It's just copper slugs, which is
Yeah.
fine. But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But and to me, it's as I mean, it would be a nice little revenue, but also who cares? I just
It's a
want to
fun
have
thing.
it.
It's a
But
fun,
it's a
fun tourist thing. Yeah.
The thing that I like
Yeah.
about that is it's a permanent trinket that travels out into the world.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
They're out there.
It's gone. It's out
Yeah.
there. Yes, it's part of it.
I like that part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you never know.
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, that is a
Big dreams, huh?
The one last thing I want to bring up before we go is and I brought this up when I was visiting your nation, is like, you look a lot like Omar Gaddafi. And I don't know whether you robbed his style or he robbed yours, but you guys have, there would be some conversations if he was still alive. There'd be some conversations about, hey, man, and you probably get that a lot.
That cool jacket.
Just like everything else, there's a backstory.
All right, I want to hear it.
Yes, indeed. So maybe you're probably aware that the United States has had a long history of being really cozy with some third world dictators.
Sure.
As through its history, and so. For a very short while, when Molossia was part of that other micronation utopia, we had a little communist thing going on because it's really easy to find all the pictures on the internet, so you can enhance your country with that. But that's not fun, and it's also not in our neighborhood. That kind of thing. I wanted to go in a different direction, and so I chose military dictatorship, and so I wear this uniform, and it's also a little bit of political satire, going back to the United States dictatorship addiction that they seem to have. As long as you were anti-communist, didn't matter how bad you were.
Well,
and they almost always wore some cool uniform like this, and
your sash is your flag.
That is the flag. This is the presidential sash, and
do all your medals mean something?
They actually all do. Yes,
I knew it. There's no way a guy like you could go to this much detail and not have a story with those. Absolutely. There's no way.
Most of the top row are medals that from Molossia that I gave to myself because I'm the dictator, and that's what dictators do.
Yeah, I'm very cool.
Cool guy.
I am. I'm
absolutely.
very cool.
But the vast majority of these medals were actually given to me from other micronations for helping them out, or just being cool micronational guy or whatever. And so that's where I was. And then I also have another.
About 100 other ones at home.
I counted them yesterday.
You counted all of them yesterday?
Yeah, and I was waiting on those media guys that were doing that. So I'm sitting there in my office and I'm counting all the medals. So I have shadow boxes. I've got 50 medals hanging on the wall in my office, plus these right here. And then I have a bunch of certificates that don't hang anywhere. And so,
But again, you got 50 years under your belt of doing your own thing, helping others, and showing up.
Yep.
So whenever there is an award ceremony, it's like he's going to be up there for a while.
I will be there.
But
I'm always there.
Yep.
What do you guys do around town with Dayton specifically? Is there ever anything you can help them with? Chamber of Commerce or anything? Do you ever?
We have definitely done.
Because you have to be recognized all over that town.
We tend to be. Yeah, absolutely. We've done.
Our favorite thing is a Christmas tree lighting.
Yeah, there's a Christmas tree lighting. It's a small town Christmas.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Small town Christmas in the park, and we bring candy canes and hand out to the line of the kids that are waiting in line to see Santa, and see those. Sometimes you
circulate around,
be up on the stage and do like the send off, like Merry Christmas, whatever, and then Santa arrives.
Absolutely. And then Dayton Valley Days. They have a Dayton Valley. That's that thing happens in
Oodles of Noodles
nowish sometime, doesn't it? Anyway,
we're part of the thing. We've tried to plug into everything we can in Dayton, especially because we're heading there. That's where we're going to live.
Sure, of course.
So Dayton Valley Days, we want to show up to that. We couldn't do it last year, but this year we're going. We're part of the car show this year.
Nice.
We're bringing in a car. We get a big booth we set up. We just give stuff away, let people know we're here.
Oh, yeah.
But I've Chamber of Commerce, I ran into them. It's funny, once they get a hold of you in your email, then you get emails every day from the Chamber of Commerce.
That sounds exciting.
But, I told them.
What's going on.
I met them, and I said, some of them, and I said, look, if you guys ever want us to do something, we're there. We don't charge you for it. Just tell us what you want to do, and we'll try to bring fans and people and promote events. I don't care. It's the same way with you folks. You guys have your own following, I'm sure, and your own base. But if you ever did something outside and you called me up and said, hey, try to get some people to show up to this.
Sure.
Absolutely. I will ring the bell. I will put out the call to get people. And not to show up for us. I will get them. I will stand in the crowd with the rest of them being a fan. So if you ever do some stuff and you want to bring some more people,
I love it.
all you have to do is ask me if there's something I can do to help out. Just let me know.
I love that.
And I'm still learning how all this works on your end, and I'm fascinated. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come down today.
Of course, absolutely.
And
I love it.
The community section, you're going to see that we'll put this up on one of our YouTube channels. It doesn't do very well on YouTube. We get tons of people watching these on our Spotify channel.
Oh, very nice.
I had no idea how big that was going to go. You can get anywhere from 25 to 300 views on our YouTube channel, and you get 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 watching this whole thing through, beginning to end on Spotify. That's a much bigger thing. So
that's very cool.
That's where it's going. We'll put it up everywhere, but the numbers on Spotify will be the ones where I will be addressing it with people going, you guys need to
very
come
cool.
watch this
Yeah.
and do
Yeah.
this.
I love that.
So like I said, we're building, trying to hang out and do stuff with everybody in the community, and this is part of it.
So I want to give a special shout out to the Odeon Saloon, because at the Odeon in Dayton, they do a lot of events, and they just switched owners. So we're not on any kind of schedule right now, but we've done several talks at the Odeon, and they also do like the plays up there with the Misfits and all kinds of things. And they do like the paint and sip and just a lot of events over there on Main
At the
Street.
Odeon, yeah,
So
absolutely,
in case
yeah.
you ever get involved in that.
Well, I would anytime anybody, especially in Dayton, and I would do it for Carson too, but anytime that anybody ever would reach out and say, "Would you guys help with this?" I'm always going to say yes.
Perfect.
But people don't know we're out here yet.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
We
just
get-
letting people know and say, "Hey,
You're building.
I will just show. What do you want me to do?"
They had a big Pony Express thing yesterday downtown, right at that Main Street.
I know,
And my mom lives right on that street, so
I
you
heard
get to
that
see
there's
everything.
something. I would have gone to that. I would have gone to that because I dig that. I'm
very
old
cool.
school. I
Right?
love that
Oh, yeah.
part of history.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, they have the
100%.
gold painting out
Yep.
there and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, yes.
The other one was they said, I'm going to get this wrong. Oh, please forgive me for getting this wrong. There was some sort of a state, not the Pony Express route, it was a stage line, I think, that went from Tahoe to Virginia City. Anyway, they have a recreation of the stagecoach, and they actually they do that route.
Very nice. Very
And
cool.
I'm like,
yes.
what? And I can't get my big fat butt on the stagecoach and ride it. They wouldn't. Everybody would want to, but they have spots where they stop and you can see, and there's things.
Yes.
I want to go do all that stuff.
Pretty
Oh, yeah,
cool, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just
It's very
it's
neat.
great.
There's always something happening.
There really is always something happening. Yeah.
And for me, this is every single person, every relative I have, every friend I have, every fan of our channel has mocked me for this.
Okay.
So I expect you to mock me also.
I mean, we're weird, so let's
Yeah.
go.
There's a shot. There may be three of us that understand right now. Okay? I grew up watching Bonanza.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
And the beginning
Yes.
thing with the fire and the map and the Ponderosa and the lake.
Yes.
And I freeze frame that.
Okay.
And I point to where Dayton is. I go, I'm going to live right there.
No, that's awesome.
I am now going to live
Yes.
on the map.
On the Bonanza
near,
map, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Where I grew up watching it. It was
Absolutely.
like, dude, it was a TV show. I go, shut up.
No,
it doesn't
I
matter.
saw that every day
It was
when you were
iconic.
young.
It was iconic for like a
Yes.
decade. So yes, absolutely.
No, we're big Nevada people, and we
love
are
that.
all about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we're all about Nevada.
When you're
Absolutely.
in Virginia City up at Reds, all that's on TV is Bonanza. They have it playing over and over again, so you can watch it and see it and go, oh, where's that at? Oh, I recognize
Yeah,
that place.
absolutely.
I've walked around.
We're all about that.
I know, and I've walked around
It's
in places
very,
and gone,
cool, actually.
When someone says,
Yeah.
"What are you looking forward to most being in this area?" I said, "The Cartwrights." I just haven't run into any of them.
I was sad.
talking
I was
about?
sad that place closed down. I didn't get to go have my pancakes and my hayride breakfast before. it
Yeah,
closed
yeah,
and talk
yeah. Because it used to be up at the lake.
Yeah.
I heard about that, but
Yeah.
I never got to see it.
No, me
yeah,
either.
I went there, but then I'm a little older.
Yeah.
I see all the things that you got to
was-
do that I didn't.
that
get
was
to do. It's
boomer
so not
era.
fair.
People
boomer
benefit
stuff.
for the boomer stuff there.
That's right.
But you actually have that memory because you were there.
Yes,
And I used to
see?
have the little tin cup. They used to have a little tin cup that you drink coffee or whatever. I used to have that.
Really?
Yes.
See, that's
that was
neat.
only 50-something years ago, but no, whatever.
It's just such a fascinating area.
Isn't that cool, though? Who cares?
We're loosely affiliated with an outfit who does they're real ghost hunters.
Oh, yeah.
We know about them.
Yep.
And we tried to talk to in Virginia City about doing something up there.
Yeah.
They are so jaded by people that have burned them in this whole ghost hunters thing. They get
Oh, wow.
they get emails every 3 days. We'd like to come in with our channel and promote Virginia City.
Yeah,
We'd
yeah,
like to come in here and
Oh,
do
yeah.
ghost
Yes,
hunting stuff. They're all
exactly.
You know what they do? Tell them no. They say, nah,
Yeah.
we don't need you. We don't need any promotion.
There's a
We're
good
doing
ghost
fine."
hunting outfit right next to the Odeon. They hang out with the Odeon people and also with the skeleton skin tattoo guys. They're big
In Mount House.
in Mount
Yeah.
House. They're excellent.
Well, see, this
They're
is
the
what-
official tattooers of Molossia. And
Yeah.
This
And,
is what I need to talk
yeah,
to because
yeah.
the group that I'm with, they mean no harm. They want to have a good time.
for
they
sure.
want to find
Yeah.
But these
They
people
all
like,
usually do,
They
but-
go, no, you're just you're using us and you're not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you don't know these guys. These are really cool guys. They
Yeah.
just want to have a good time and they want to be respectful.
Sure.
But I don't know how to contact. Who would you contact about getting into that in Virginia City? I knock on doors.
maybe and just join up with the group that's already in with them. The people from Skeleton Skin and those guys, they're already in with those guys.
Well, maybe I'll ask
So,
you about
yeah,
word of introduction. Just
absolutely.
talk and find out what
Yes.
the rules are and say, look,
Yeah.
totally respectful, want to play nice. They'll even pay to be part of it,
Yeah,
but
for
they don't
sure.
know how to do it.
Yeah,
And they've been
absolutely.
burned so many times by people up
Absolutely
there.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm like, oh, totally understand. But then,
Absolutely.
that puts good people at a disadvantage and a loss.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Mhm.
So I will
Sure,
ask
it's
you
a
about
fact.
that. See if there's a doorway to go
Yeah,
through there. But
you got to get in there because
again,
that's all part of the small town Nevada weird.
Yes.
and,
Oh, yeah.
and we're really big with the Nevada tourism. We're under the Keep
the
Nevada
Nevada
Weird
State
portion,
Tourism
the Nevada
Bureau.
State
Yeah,
Tourism.
absolutely.
Like we're always on there.
Oh, we're always
and,
on.
Good.
Yes, yeah,
It's cool. We're good with that.
well, I appreciate you guys taking time to come down.
Oh, absolutely.
This has been a lot of fun for me.
Yes.
And it always is. The interviews are always a lot of laughs and a good time.
Yeah.
But we learn so much about what's
Yes.
going on here that I'm going to encourage all of anybody who's even thinking about taking time up in this area, they got to come see you guys.
Absolutely.
And,
Just check our website. Make sure we're open before you show up.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you don't go to Disneyland during off hours.
Yeah.
Well said.
So, yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
A little
Make sure
common
we're
sense
open.
there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys once again. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
both very much.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you.
We love you.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Thank
Did you guys see this? Did you guys pay attention now? Was this the what you wanted? I told you to pay attention. I told you to sit down and relax. I warned you this was going to be fun. I warned you this was going to be entertaining. I let you know this wasn't going to be a typical podcast with my wife. No, if you want to see her beat me over the head with a frying pan, that's on Thursdays, okay? This is something you guys need to be looking forward to. We're going to put this out for you guys. We'll put all the links in the description for all the stuff. You guys can check out their website. You can check out his special movie page.
That's right.
Got to have that movie page in the link there. And then you guys can contribute if there's anything. Is there any way to purchase any of your stuff online? Or is
There
it all?
is. We do have
Yeah,
a store
there is.
online.
Good.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Make sure you
bunch of
guys-
stuff actually. So.
Go
Better
get
stuff,
something.
yeah.
Just go get something. They don't charge you to show up. They give it away for free. They do a lot of hard work in here. Do something to
do.
support them. We do. You guys should too. I got to get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Not sure where you're listening in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you're listening in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember two things in life. Number one, wherever you go, there you are. And number two, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out, baby. I got to go.